name is Dada Masilo. I'm 29 years old. I'm a dancer choreographer from Johannesburg, South Africa. And we are at the Saddler's Wells in the UK in London. And I'm going to be opening my production of Swan Lake tonight. Swan Lake is the first ballet that I saw when I was 12, when I started dancing, and I fell completely in love with the tutus when I first saw them. So I thought one day I want to be able to dance this ballet as well. And so in 2010 I decided to make my own version. I mean, the basic narrative is that the prince falls in love with a swan, and then he is deceived by the black swan, who then pretends to be the white swan. In my version, the prince is gay, so I'm playing with that stereotype because people always think that men who dance are gay. So I thought, okay, so what would happen if we had a gay prince for a change, you know? So and just to break the gender stereotypes and to play around with it a bit, make it a bit more androgynous. I mean, I was really interested also in just breaking it a bit, you know, because I didn't want to make a Swan Lake that was exactly the same as the classical, you know, so I wanted to do something different with my version. Beginning, fusing classical ballet and African dance was not easy at all. It was very challenging because African dance is into the ground. There's a lot of sternum movement, and ballet is completely the opposite. You know, it's very graceful, it's very light, it's very soft. So in the beginning, I battled just to make them speak to each other. But I think just practice and determination, going like, I'm going to make this work. Yeah, it kind of sort of came together at the end. A lot of people were a bit skeptical about it working, of course, you know, because I'm taking two techniques that don't speak to each other, and I'm going, okay, I'm going to make something out of this, and then on top of that, taking a very famous classic to do that. So yeah, it was a bit daunting in the beginning because I did think that it was going to fall flat on its face, you know, but I thought, okay, you know, let me just try, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The themes for me of Swan Lake, I wanted to really work with the traditions of both the classical and the African. So I'm using that and the cultures as well. Okay, and then also the issue of homosexuality and gender, playing with gender stereotypes, creating that androgyny, just breaking the hierarchy. In South Africa, with homosexuality, I mean, there's still quite a lot of homophobia. So I guess people were divided, you know. There's still those people that are still very homophobic, so they didn't take very well to it. I remember one of our reviews said that this version of Swan Lake is a homophobe's worst nightmare, you know, because you definitely want to see it. But the majority of the audiences seemed to be okay with it. It was just like, oh, different take, you know. But I think that with homophobia, it's something that's going to take a lot of time to sort of get over it, you know, but also it's a problem of the world, you know. So I'm hoping that we're opening people's minds and that, you know, soon they're going to start looking at things a little bit differently. I hope the reaction from the UK is going to be good because, you know, we've been like so excited to come here to Saddler's Wells. It's a big honor for me, and it's a big honor for the company. So I really hope that the reaction is good. It's always very difficult to know what the reaction of each country is going to be. So I've kind of adopted this thing of going, I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to share my baby with each different countries, but I'm not going to have any expectations, you know, because I think that's dangerous. We may have had like good responses in South Africa and in Europe, but I mean each country is different, so I don't know. I mean, I look forward to hearing and seeing the reactions of the people, but I am not expecting anything. I'm just gonna come and share my baby with the UK.